So don't start taping it. What do you want me to say, Yolanda Burke Still? Or Yolanda Still, maiden name Burke? My name is Yolanda Still, and I grew up in Kingston. It's completely different from having traveled, and I see how other countries and the children are brought up. But I thought I had a pretty good one. My mom's family came from Portland, Jamaica. Their town was Rose Garden, Long Bay. My father was born and raised in Jamaica, but my father's father and mother were foreigners. Grandpa Everald was from Ireland, and we're assuming Grandma Alicia was also from Ireland, but she traveled to France, and somewhere between there they got together and resided in Jamaica, built their family. Jamaica, I had 3 sisters and 2 brothers. One of my sisters lived in Portland with my grandmother, and the other 2, I resided in Kingston, and we got along very well. I have others, but I did not grow up with them. Needless to say, I'm the eldest of all. Apparently, I was a talker, so my grandfather promptly put me in preschool. So, other than that, I think I was very playful. I thought I was a tomboy. I'd climb the highest tree and the highest wall and fence or whatever is there to do and run. I thought I wanted to be do the hurdles because I love to run and jump over anything, but that didn't happen. I went to a high school that didn't believe that young ladies should run. I had a lot of friends, but I consider my best friend. My friend is Faye Longmore from Jamaica, Kingston. We both went to Wolmer's Girls' School together. That's how we met. And from there, I graduated, and I did a small stint in a commercial college. She wet Grandma again.
She broke Grandma. Tomorrow she'll be 3 weeks old.
Yeah, I was saying that today.
Wow,
she's
old.
20 days old today. I worked for a little after I left the commercial college. I didn't finish the course, but I got a nice, good job in an insurance company and did very well. And then I always wanted to be a nurse. As far till about 5 years old as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a nurse because we were given very good medical care when the British had us. We were a British colony. And I was impressed, surprisingly, with the syringes, this beautiful, sparkling silver syringes and needles. I thought, I'd like to do that. And then I would improvise. I would use needles from trees that have points, and I would inject my dolls, and I'd take care of them. So when after graduation, my grandfather said my mom was already residing in England, and my grandfather decided I should go there and be with her. And then after I got there, I applied to different hospitals to start my nursing. I was accepted in St. James's Hospital in Balham, England, southwest London, and started my nursing on January 2nd, 1962. You know, my grandfather decided I should be home with my mom. It was a good time. My time in England was a good experience. I was surprised at myself that I could get around London and other areas by myself. The bus routes were so good. The tubes got you to everywhere. I enjoyed my stint in nursing school. And then the family, we had other relatives who would come and visit us. So we had a good time Jamaican-wise. And then 6 months into nursing school, I met Mr. Howard Still.
here for a minute. She's taking a nice picture.
Yep. Let me get the snapshot button too.
Look at all the, look at all the.
I need to stand up.
You got it. Just look at me.
Just look at mommy. She can get you.
Good, good. You got a snapshot too? Good.
About 3 of our nurses, associates at school, nursing, they were my seniors. And they decided they were going to go out to a club. It's called the All-Nighters, which was really good because of our hours of working. I didn't have to go to work early the following morning, which was usually what you go by. So this club opens at 11 p.m. And the last train is at 11 p.m. So we took our last train to the All-Nighters in Soho. We went into the club. I had no intention of looking for any friends or anything, just to see what it was all about, because I was new to the scene of going to clubs. I don't remember the details of this. All I know is this young man decided to talk to me, and I even had to ask him. I said, how did you start? Did you ask me what my name was? But somehow we got into a conversation, and I must have told him that I was from Jamaica. And he was excited because he went to school with Jamaicans in Michigan State, in the college. And it so happens that I knew 3 of them. So that took it. I knew Herb McKinley because his wife taught us home economics at Wilmer's. And the Spencer twins knew the family that I was living with at one time in Jamaica. So that kept the conversation going. And I turned around to talk to my girlfriends. They were gone. Just talking in the bar wasn't the only reason to get together, because I could have said goodbye and left with the girls. But since they left me, I think he was very, very nice, very courteous, very kind. And he had that I could trust person, and so he decided to take me home by taxi. And of course, I was living in a nurse's quarters at the hospital. And I had given him a wrong name. So I had to tell him my correct name. And in case he comes back, because now he knows where I lived, if he should come back and ask for me, they wouldn't know who the devil he was talking about. I was Maria Rubberbottom. And then that was it. We went to movies. The Americans had a huge development. As you know, Americans do everything. It's called the Douglas House, where the GIs, it's like a home away from home. So we would go there and watch movies and have dinner, go for walks, play tennis, because where we lived in London was Battersea Park, and the park was just across the way. It wasn't very far to go. So we'd go over there, and I had a little brother who was ill. He had a heart condition, but you wouldn't know it. He was just full of energy and laughter. He was jolly. And he was his partner. Neil was only, 3 years old, and they talked like 2 adults. He was so smart. But then he passed after having his second heart surgery. My parents and Howard got along very well because my mom, when he comes to the house, my mom would ask what he likes to eat, and he doesn't, she's an awesome cook, and she could find him cook whatever it is he liked.
It's Grandma.
Hello, Mom.
Say hi, Papa.
Yes.
Say hi, Aunt Yoki.
Hello.
My wedding was a beautiful day. We had a little sprinkle. It drizzled a little bit on us, and I said, that's a blessing. From what I can remember, I guess I was nervous. I can't remember how I felt then, but it was a good day. I was really surprised at how well I adjusted. Well, first of all, his family is awesome. He met me at the airport, took me to his sister, Ellen, Aunt Taki, and it just clicked. Aunt Jane was there. It's like we've known each other forever. And his mother also. She took me in as a daughter right off. They were really very nice, very inviting. I didn't have time to be shy or reserved. Plus, I had a little, almost 2-year-old running around Michelle. So you didn't have time. You had to be busy taking care of her. I just wanted to be a loving, dutiful wife and a loving, dutiful mother and sister-in-law. I just blended right in, and that's one of the pluses, having the in-laws almost becoming your family. Not that I missed my mother and my siblings in England, but just adjusted. What I love best about my husband is he's very kind, very gentle, concerning, and very attentive. Hi, Michelle, Michael, Nalani. As you can see, it's a beautiful day here today in New Jersey. Well, I hope the girls arrive safely and that you have a good visit. I love and miss you all. Bye. My first child was Michelle, and she was born in England. She was so precious. Not that all of them weren't, but she was the first. So she had a little setback where she had to go stay in the NICU for about 10 days. We were allowed to visit her at different feeding times. And it was lonely going to bed knowing that she was down there and I was upstairs, So they did bring her to me on the 10th night so that I could have her overnight before discharge. And then that was just precious too, right away. I had her all to myself. And then we brought her home. I was used to helping other people with their babies. One of my brothers, Dennis, was only quite about 9 months old, so I had been taking care of him that whole time. My mom had a very good friend, Miss Essie, who I helped her with taking care of her babies. But it was different knowing that she was mine, and of course loved her, but the actual taking care of her was normal. Plus I was in nursing school and I was in pediatrics and taking care of other people's babies. So it just sort of flowed taking care of her. Michelle was more like me. The way she carried herself, her mildness, also her love, the love that she protrudes. Jennifer was the basketball player in high school. Once she starts doing her plays, the whole team lights up. She was awesome. Everett, he loved the basketball. He was like a lover boy. His teachers, everybody loved him. Yoki, she was very smart, and one of her teachers at Overbrook High School said that she has that kind of a calculating, because she was very good at Latin, she was very good at calculus. So you see, all the things that really takes a lot of thinking and focus, that was her. David did football and basketball, and he did well in there. Dave tells me, I'll say things to him, and he'll say, "Mom, I got that from you. I got that from you." But you don't realize what the children are getting from you, really. You don't. They were smart. It was always nice to go to school and to meet the teachers, and your visit takes about 5 minutes because they don't have much to say to you about them. Getting their education, getting through school, getting married, having their family, and watch them how they raise their family. My mom doted on me and gave me a lot, and I doted on my kids and gave them a lot. So You just have to love your kids and show them that you love them, because that seems to be a lot of the reasons why children, even up to today, are looking for it some other places, and that's where they go. And they run away from home and get into the wrong hands and people that mistreated them, or they join gangs. But no, you have to love them, accept them for what they are, teach them the right and wrongs. You just try to take care of your children the best way you can, in the best loving way you can.
Mother and daughter.
There you go.
There you go. And there's mom going through a coupon, relaxing and taking it easy.
Look at this.
I love this.
She may share his final victory.
My faith affects my life immensely. Became a Christian really early in my life, and all through my growing up in Jamaica, doing service for the Lord and having Him on my side just took me through anything that I might have to, any problems that I have to come across. I take it to Him. So I always had that growing up in me. I could not get through life without the Lord Jesus Christ. He has been with me, and I thank Him all the time. They say, you know, God chooses those people for Jesus, and I'm glad He chose me, and I'm glad I accepted, and I'm glad I'm living. He's living with me and guiding me. I would like to be remembered that you do unto others as you would like them to do for you.